Hello, hello, Brian from Tavaran Games here with another update to Dungeon Maker. So it has been a little while, but I am still working on this program. In this update, I want to talk about the new blueprints feature for your map maker, as well as animated spells attacks in the multiplayer mode. So with the map blueprints, you can see our new button here just below Edit Campaigns. So when we click that, we end up with the blueprints menu. So we can name our blueprints. So let's call one Farmstead. Let's create that, and you can see it pops into the list. So when we go into the blueprint, you can see we're in the standard map maker, but with a limited object count of only 500 objects. And so let's start making something. Another thing you'll see on the map maker is I've added these scroll bars to the object windows, so that way it's easier to move up and down and find the objects you want to find instead of the buttons I had been using. Now, you may be asking why I didn't use scroll bars originally, and that's because I didn't know they existed in Unity. But now I do, and I've changed them. But okay, we can then make our map for our blueprint. So let's just make this house here for a farmstead. Back to the walls. Let's give it a little fence, a little fancy fence. And let's add a bit of furniture in. So we can place any of the map objects, the utilities, anything like that. And you can start building up your map. Now, with this one, we're not going to build the whole thing. We're just going to add a few little things. Just so you can see, it's a pretty standard map maker. So if you've been using the program, you've seen this before. So yeah, let's just leave it there. But you can also add in your utilities, add in notes, and we can change what the note says. So this is a farmhouse. We just save that in. We can add in NPCs. Let's say this guy lives in the farm. He's big and muscular. Okay, so let's save that, and then we'll go back to the main menu. Now let's go into the map maker. So we'll edit a campaign, and I've got a blank map here. And so in the campaign map, we have the button here, the blueprints. And so let's grab the farmstead button, and there it is. So we can rotate it using the R key. You can go up and down layers, so you can place the blueprint on upper layers. So you can see we're in layer 2. Let's place this on layer 1. The NPCs spawn the correct NPC, whichever one you put in. The notes will have the notes still saved. Everything like that is working. All right, so let's place a different one. So you can see we have this blacksmith I made. We can rotate it, place it. The other thing I did is blueprints can have multiple floors. So this townhouse one I made, if we go up, you can see it's got an upper floor as well. Now, when you place it on a higher map area, so if you're on layer 6, the highest one, and you go to place that as well, it won't place anything above the top floor. So you can't end up with objects that are inaccessible that you can't see. So anything of the second floor just doesn't spawn when you try to go that high. But yeah, I thought this would be an interesting feature if you're trying to make a bunch of different towns in your campaign or a bunch of different cities, and you don't want to have to redraw every single building every time. You can make some standardized blueprints for yourself that you can then just paste into your maps and reuse as you need to. So I thought that was a fun little feature. Now, while we're in the map maker, another thing I fixed, and this was a bit of a bug, so you can see every character has a little frame around it. Now, on the map maker, if you went up a floor and you're trying to place an NPC or enemy, the frame around them wouldn't appear on the upper layers. It would still appear on the lower layers. So I fixed that, so now you can see they still have their frame on the upper layers. No matter which layer we go to, the frame will correctly go with it and show up on that layer. Alright, so that's the map maker updates. So let's go back to our menu. Let's not save that, just exit. And let's join into a multiplayer game. I've got one running. Now I'm going to make the screen size smaller so you can see. So I've got a couple characters already in a game being hosted there. So let's join with another character that has some magic attacks. Use my local IP. Okay, so the character will drop in. So we can move around, and let's select a spell. So in this case, Fireball, very famous spell. And let's say we want to set off Fireball right here. And you can see, boom, we have a new animation. So you saw that Fireball animation showing up. And it showed up in everyone's screen. So you can see everyone there, and boom, again, the fire. Now let's just change the magic type. So this one, circle. Let's go with lightning. Let's see what that does. And you can see with that one, we have a lightning animation. So each one has a unique animation. Now, if our character was to go up onto an upper floor, and we run it. So this character will see it, but the others won't because they're on a lower floor. So let's grab this character and walk him. Let's put him on the other side. That'll be fun. So the magic spells will animate on the correct floors. So let's do that again. And there we are. So you can see it's on the correct floor for these characters, and the lower characters, once again, if we run it again right above them, won't be able to see it because they're below the magic spell. This also works for cones. So let's actually move down. Let's go back to the ground floor because Cone of Cold is huge and takes up most of the map. And you can see if we blast that, so you can see on the lower layers, it appears exactly as it's supposed to. And then on the upper layer, you could see down through this opening. So we'll do that again just to make it clear. And so they're looking down through it because they're above the spell, and the spell's animating where it needs to. I also have line-based spells, and those ones now will animate in a line. So Acid Spray, the Ankeg enemy uses that, and there's other line spells. And we can change the damage type of all of these, and it will animate whatever damage you put in. So Thunder, let's try that one and do that. And you can see my Thunder animation, tried to make it look like sound waves emanating out because Thunder is just sound. Wasn't really sure how to animate that. But yeah, we've got the animations in for all these magic spells now, so that should look pretty cool and make things fun for your multiplayer games, and just another little visual thing. So anyway, that's all I have for you this time. If you have any ideas for what you'd like to see in Dungeon Maker, new features, any bugs you found, please let me know. I really do rely on feedback on what to add and change as I'm working on this program for everyone. Anyway, have a good one.